What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel today. I have a really cool video on the Gemini TT-900 turntable. I'm going to give you my review. Let me know what I think of it. I'm kind of in the air and we'll finish it that way. So if you've never tuned into my channel, just know that I love to do reviews. I do tutorials, reviews on all kinds of tech and items. I try to find valued items, maybe items you don't see a lot of videos on. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I like to bring to you. So thank you so much for tuning in to DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in, just know I'll do all that research for you so you don't have to, give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that I review. Interested in this TT-900 series from Gemini. Now this might be like a first gen, because I do notice Amazon right now, the item kind of looks a little bit different in colors and things. It is probably pretty much the same. They might have just jazzed up the colors a little bit on it. But I picked this up on a tremendous deal on eBay because it actually was damaged. So it is a second hand. I don't have the original box and things like that, but I do have everything that it would come with normally. So it does come with the turntable itself, which I have right here. It does come with two speakers that you can see right here. It does come with a power supply, and it will have the needle on it as well. Mine came a little bit damaged on the tone arm here holder, but I was able to kind of fix that with a little bit of glue. And then it also didn't come with a needle, so I was able to replace that. So we're going to talk about that as well, because it's really easy to do. And also I think I might have found a better needle than it probably comes with in the first place anyway. So I did buy two different ones. That way I can bring that to you as well, because I do notice one sounds a little bit different than the other. Also, it comes with some speaker wire in the back here. And I also had to take these speakers apart as well, and we're going to talk about that as well. So got a lot of information that I want to bring it to you on this TT-900 from Gemini. I just told you about what you will get in the box for the most part. I didn't get any instructions or anything like that, but I did get all the items that you see. Speaker wires, speakers, record player, does have a needle that is included. Will come with this part like disconnected here and that you put together. It does come with a slip mat as well, but everything just goes together and you will be good to go. Also, not a bad value for, I believe right now it's on Amazon for $99. That is pretty inexpensive for a record player these days. Now, quality wise, this probably isn't up there with anything crazy, and I'm actually surprised when coming from Gemini. Gemini, in my opinion, I do have some products from Gemini that were super quality, but I have noticed as they're coming up, they have been getting a little bit cheaper in my opinion. So I'm not too happy with that, but Gemini still does have some decent products out there, and I still think this is a decent product, probably, but not one of their better products in my opinion. So let's take a quick look at the actual record player here. It is really light. This is super light when you're talking about turntables, because I have Techniques right back behind me, and that thing is really heavy. This is super light. Everything is plastic except for maybe the little weight there on the back. But this is super light and does have little feet on the bottom. They do have little rubber inserts on it to protect from vibration, so that is good. But other than that, I think it looks really good. Like, anything white looks legit to me. I think it looks kind of fancy in my opinion, so definitely has a nice look. So I'll give it a retro looking look, but everything is plastic and in my opinion really fragile. So we'll take a look at that tone arm there. You can see that this little piece right here, you can see that it did break, and I was able to kind of mend the other piece, but it was a little tone arm holder. But everything still works. I can still hold the tone arm with this part right here and it still works. But all this is plastic. Head shell is plastic. This is all plastic. The lifter is plastic. So everything is plastic and kind of fragile in my opinion. But look wise, it looks really nice in my opinion. So on the back, you do have some cool features actually. You do have, and you can turn the automatic on and off of the platter. You can turn that on and off, so that's kind of cool. So when you move the arm, the platter starts, and when you move the arm back, the platter stops. So you can actually turn that on and off with a switch. You do have RCA jacks. You do have plugins for your speakers. So this is like a little dedicated amp, and it will power those speakers for you to use, but you do have a dedicated outputs to connect this to other speakers, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. You do have a Bluetooth button, so that's very cool. This item has Bluetooth. You can connect to it and just play through Bluetooth, so that is pretty cool. You do have your AC adapter plug-in right there and an on and off switch. So Bluetooth right here, speaker connections, red and black wires, RCA outs, it's an output, and then your auto start and off button as well to turn that on. On the bottom here, I'm going to be a little careful, but you do have the Gemini logo, and it, like I said, it is the TT-900. On the front here, you do have your selector for your speeds. You do have 33, 45, and 78, of course. You do have a pitch control right here, and you do have the volume right here. And this volume is the volume for your speakers that it's connected to. If you have volume on another pair of speakers that you're running, you'll actually have to adjust the volume on those speakers. And then you have a 10% pitch, so you can mess with the pitch a little bit as well, so 0 to 10, positive or negative 10. You do have a slip mat that it comes with, and this is a belt drive, not a direct drive. It is a belt drive system, and that's why you get it for the inexpensive price of $99. Now, I think when this came out, it was probably closer to like $179, but I think over time it has gone down in price, so it is about $99. And I think at that price, it actually is a decent little price for a record player, especially when you get speakers with it as well. So we're going to talk about these speakers. They do come with the wires. I do have them hooked up right now, but very, very plasticky. And when I received these speakers, like I said, I got a crazy discount on this because it was damaged. The actual tweeters had fallen out. So I had to take these apart, and actually on both of them, the tweeters had fallen back into the frame, and I had to take them apart and put those tweeters back in. There's kind of disappointed on the design there, but the actual little woofers here is a little 4-inch, no, this is a 3-inch woofer right here. Not even really a woofer, more of like a full range speaker. And they claim that this is a 50-watt total system peak. Some of the stats even said 60-watt peak, said 30, and both of them together 60-watt peak. But I really think they're maybe at the most like a 20-watt rated RMS type speaker. So nothing crazy. They say 50 watts peak, so I would say 25 watts a piece RMS. And that's what you got. Now, like I said, the boxes are super plasticky, so they are a little tingy when you actually listen into them. They do have little rubber grips on the bottom. They do have the connections here that you can connect. There is a little porthole here. There is 6 screws, so you can't take them apart. It wasn't hard to take them apart at all. But like I said, these actual tweeters up here were just glued, like hot glued in, and they just fell right out. These have some screws on them, but this does not. So kind of chintzy made in my opinion. But the design looks cool, so it does have a retro design, and the colors are cool being white. So something to talk about the speakers there. I have everything hooked up, and I will say that everything is really easy to hook up. So you have your speaker wires that just go in red and black. You have the cable. It actually has a black stripe on it, black and red. That goes into your black. And then your red wire is all red. That goes into your red input there. So really easy to hook those up. Same way on the actual speakers themselves. Red wire goes into the red, and the black and red wire goes into the black. No problem there. If you wanted to hook up some outside speakers, you just hook up with some RCA cables, and you have red and white right here. You can see the red and white. Yep. You just plug that into the record player as well. But I wanted to show how easy it is to hook up to Bluetooth. So I have it in Bluetooth mode. When you have it in Bluetooth mode, you notice that there will be a blue light right here, and you can kind of see it there. And so right now we are connected to Bluetooth. It was really easy. All you got to do is go to your Bluetooth settings, go to the Gemini TT-900, click on that, and it connects really easy. So the Bluetooth does work pretty good, and it was super easy to connect. So let's go ahead and give you a quick sound test of what the speakers sound like. like I said, 25 watt RMS speakers, really small, 3-inch. They're not going to be fantastic in my opinion, and these are definitely not fantastic. I have heard a lot better small 3-inch speakers, but it is what it is, and this is $99. So I was impressed how quickly it does hook up through Bluetooth, but let's go ahead and kind of give you a quick sample. This is about half volume. We'll max it out. So there you go. There's a little bit of sound test. Try to put a couple different genres of music in there, but they sound okay. They're not crazy. They have some bass tones, but extreme bass tones will not sound good. They do rattle because it is a plastic box, so it will rattle a little bit depending. I don't think you heard any rattle in anything I played, but it will rattle a little bit. They sound pretty decent, like when you just have it at normal levels. Now, when you're listening to records, that sounds a little bit different in my opinion. Everything sounds a little bit more tingy, especially depending on what kind of needle you have. But we'll talk about that here in just a second. But for the most part, it's okay. They're not the best speakers I've ever heard. They're definitely doable for $99, and I'm going to take you back to the price point that they sound, okay for 25 watt RMS speakers. So when we talk about the needles here, the needles are really, really easy to take out and put new ones in if you needed. Like I said, mine didn't come with one, so actually I had to make sure I ordered one. I did find one from Gartop, and I will leave a link for that. And they are red, and they look like this here. There's red in there, and it's just basically a needle that goes right on there. And like I said, these sound a little bit tingy, so they're not as warm as these other gold band pause one that I picked up, and I'll leave links for both of these. But this one actually came as a value because it actually has the whole cartridge as well. So if I ever need to replace the cartridge, I'll be able to do that as well. But it also comes with 3 needles, so very, very cool. And they're like a gold color. Let's see if I can show you the back side of those. It's like a gold color there, and they fit perfectly in this unit. So I will leave links in case you're just looking for this video to find out if you can find some extra needles for these, because that was a big question. I did a lot of research and nothing really tells me that they actually fit on here, but I can tell you that the 2 models that I bought here do fit on there. One sounds better. The band pause sound better in my opinion because I like a little bit more warm sounding needle, and they actually made it sound a little bit warmer because I think the Gartopvoiz needles, they sounded a little bit tingy in my opinion, so a little bit more brash too at higher levels, and the band pause sound a little bit more warm. So I do like that needle a little bit better. So I left the gold ones on here. I'm not going to give you a sound test on that because I don't have any royalty-free records to play for it. But just know that the quality is okay. It is okay. It's very acceptable for a record player, but it's not audiophile or anything like that. Like if you're looking for a really, really good sounding record player, this is not it, in my opinion. This is your basic starter. This is a, you know, getting into record players type device. This is definitely a fill-in, a backup, kind of just able to kind of chill and listen to your records, because like I said, when you listen to records, everything is very, a little bit, you know, amplified, of course, because it's a record player. So it sounds a little bit more high sounding. You're not going to get the bass tones out of it. But like I said, the band pause actually kind of warmed it up a little bit. So know that you have to completely leave this record player alone. If you touch the tone arm or mess around with anything, there is some interference with that. Like everything will be picked up by that plastic tone arm. So kind of know that everything's very sensitive. You kind of just like want to put a record on here, step away from it and let it play, because it doesn't have like anti-shock or anything like that. So it will be picking up any interference and things like that if you're messing with the platter or anything like that. You definitely can't scratch or do anything with this. It is belt drive and you probably definitely break it. It is, like I said, pretty sensitive when you're touching everything. It does have auto start, so I can show you that though. When you actually, if I have it on record, let's go ahead and go back to record mode here. So we go to record and the light turns red instead of blue. And like I said, if you notice everything, it does have a little tone, but when you're actually listening to a record, that feedback goes kind of away and gets mellowed out by the music. So, but you can hear a little bit of feedback there. So I just want to let you know that. And I actually noticed that that needle does that a little bit more than the other needle, but like I said, this needle's warmer and I actually like the way this one sounds. The other needle doesn't give you as much feedback as that one, so kind of a give and take type of thing. Also, that this isn't the original needle that comes with these. Like I said, these two aren't, so that could be a factor too. So, because I wasn't able to find where you can buy a original Gemini replacement needle. I even looked on their website and everything, couldn't find anything for these. It just says there's aftermarket ones out there. So that's what you kind of had to deal with. So that's what I have here. I actually, once you start putting a record on there and listening to music, it sounds better. So let's get into the final thoughts on this with my positives and negatives. Positives is the $99 price tag. I think that is okay for this record player. If you were to pick it up, you do get speakers. It does have Bluetooth. You can listen to your records. It does sound acceptable. I don't think it's the greatest sound, but it is definitely acceptable. So for $99, I'm okay. I got an extremely great deal on this. I think I paid like $30 with shipping because it was damaged. Didn't have a needle. The tone arm I had to kind of mess with to repair. I had to repair both speakers. So I basically just got parts and I had to kind of put it back together. So after repairing all this, I think it is a decent pickup for me at the price point, but at full price at $99, I think it's an okay deal. I think it is a value. Like I said, if you were looking to buy this for somebody who's getting into listening to records, I think it's a great start. It definitely works, does everything I need, and it has Bluetooth, so I think that was definitely a positive. It has the 3 speeds, can play up to 7-inch records, 10-inch records, 12-inch records, whatever sizes you need. Simple and easy setup, easy to hook up to Bluetooth. Colors are black, red, and this white color, and like I said, the red looks really cool. If you check that out on the website or on Amazon, I will leave some links for this for the $99. I think that's a good deal, and I think it was a lot more, which I think $99 is an okay price for this, but I think it was up there like $179 or something like that when it first came out, and I don't think that's a great value for this at all. So I would not recommend it at that price, but at $99 I think that's okay in my opinion. So 30-watt speakers, some places it says 60-watt speakers, but you know, 25-watt RMS, so you're looking at about 50 watts total peak power, and that's about it. I do have some negatives, like I said. The tone arm picks up a lot of feedback, so just know that. Everything is plastic, so it's really fragile in my opinion, so you don't want to mess around this around kids or anything, or have them messing with it, because it is pretty fragile in my opinion. The speakers are okay. They do have some vibration if you're listening to, you know, heavy bass music or things like that. They will rattle a little bit. They're not built fantastic. Like I said, the tweeters in there were just hot glued in, so the, you know, build quality isn't fantastic. The quality of the plastics and everything isn't fantastic. Like I said, it's a little bit fragile in my opinion. But overall, I think at the price point at $99, it's okay for a beginner type system. It's definitely not going to do anything for any kind of audiophile or anything like that. But if you just want to go through your old records, throw some records on there and listen to them, absolutely is going to work for you. And you can also hook up your phone or a Bluetooth device and Bluetooth to this and play your normal music as well. It's okay. At normal volume levels, this sounds pretty decent. I'm not going to give it a crazy. It has some bass tones in some music. Some might be a little bit lighter. It's definitely not warm sounding in my opinion overall, but you can hook this to other speakers as well. So that is a nice option as well. You can hook it to other speakers. You don't have to use these speakers. You can just use the record player and run it to some other stuff. But it was a nice value to get the speakers with them as well for the $99. So for a record player and some speakers at $99, you know, not too bad, not too shabby. So thank you so much. I'm going to leave some links also for the needles as well, because like I said, I had to do a lot of research to find something that would work. These are the two best needles I was able to find with great reviews and things like that. So I'll definitely leave some links that they do work with the Gemini TT-900. Overall, would I recommend this product at the price point of $99 or cheaper? Yes, I would. At anything more expensive, I would not. I would say the value is there at maybe $99. So keep it there, and I'm okay with it. It's a great beginner. It's great for somebody that you're trying to get started to listen to records and things like that. But it's not like anything fantastic overall build quality, sound quality, things like that. All right. This is my review. Hopefully I answered some questions for you if you're looking for a record player. Like I said, it's a good starter, but other than that, I wouldn't get too crazy with it. So thank you so much for tuning in to DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If this was helpful at all, give me a like or subscribe. Click that notification if you want to see some more videos of mine, and there definitely will be a lot more coming this summer. So thank you so much. We'll catch y'all on the next one.